It is your boy Black Ronin back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out here today there, y'all. Welcome on back to the channel. But guys, I got a good one out there, y'all. Guys, I gotta talk about why us black people, or as your mulatto, mix. I think we all need to look into Africa and consider moving there, more specifically South Africa. But do your research on other countries, and see which one that you like the most. Also visit. I haven't left yet. I haven't even visited, but I have been doing a lot of research, man. And because I do plan on leaving the country and moving, just leaving out of this place because, like, the guys, this place just ain't for me, guys. America, I don't even recognize this place anymore. And I just feel like, bro, like the main reason I don't want to be here, like in America, like that, a lot of us can agree, but guys, it's just so much gatekeeping, like with jobs, with just everything, bro. Like the amount of gatekeeping here is insane. It's like no matter how hard you work, it's not enough. No matter like how much money you make, it seems like it's not enough. It's like it's a big rat race here, and I don't like it. Definitely not gonna bring a family into that. Heck nah. I'm pretty sure we all can agree on that. And then on top of that, what happens here in America when, let's say, politics? If you're a person of color or just anybody who stands for anything good and want to restore some balance, human decency, and you go into politics, what usually happens to those people? Those people don't live to be that long. They're lucky to make it past 30. Yeah, they tend to not live very long and they get assassinated every time throughout our history. So what's the point of even going into politics and trying to fight for all this stuff? I ain't fighting for shit. Y'all want to go fuck around, fight for that shit? Fuck it, go for it. I ain't doing that shit. I say we pack our bags, we go to Africa. Now I know a lot of y'all brothers and like all of y'all out there, some of y'all considering Thailand. Thailand is still on my list. I do like the affordability, but certain laws and stuff I don't agree with. And I just feel like a lot of African countries, from doing the research, they got a lot more freedom than a lot of these other countries. And on top of that, higher birth rates. Guys, the highest birth rates in the world, they come out of African countries for the most part. It ain't your Western world type of countries at all, like, nah. It's so fixated on a rat race, in a lot of these Western countries. Not to say other Western countries can't be suitable and better to raise a family, but Africa, they really put the emphasis on family a lot, and then on top of that, the things you're allowed, as a foreigner, especially in South Africa. Check this out. Y'all gonna love this, but like, guys, as a foreigner, you can buy land. You can buy land over there. Then on top of that, the US dollar is stronger. So, like, man, you can really cover a good amount of ground, real estate, you can get into that too. You got so much opportunity too. And then on top of that, you gotta look at it like this. As a black person, like this person of color, you never got to experience what it's like to be somewhere where it's people that look like you running the political side. That's something we never really seen like that ever. Like, yeah, we got Obama as president, but let's be honest, there's a lot of other factors that goes in just besides a president. You got the senators and all that stuff. So politically, you're gonna see a different side than what you're used to. And for the most part, I think we'll be pretty happy with the politics when we do go over there. Now, it's not to say in America, there isn't some good politics, but let's be honest, politics over here is a big mess. And I personally rather not get into it. It seems like, because I've been on all sides of the spectrum in the political space. And for me, yeah, it's not somewhere I can see myself being, because it's like, no matter what you do one wrong thing on one side, you're automatically canceled. It's just, it's dumb, guys, And the fact that we can't even come together as people is so divided here is crazy. Now, that's not to say that, in other countries that there isn't problems and stuff going on. Like, yes, 100%. But the people are a lot more united, I noticed, And then on top of that, every time I do a video on Africa, and especially South Africa, I get nothing but love, guys. Like, in fact, a lot of my fan base that came over here was from South Africa when I used to do my old South African videos. So, I'm getting back into the rhythm of those. I like to mix up a bit on this channel, kind of talk about, what really interests me and getting things out there that I feel that people need to see. That's how I operate, if y'all know me by now. But yeah, like, it's so much love, guys, that we get, So all that nonsense about people saying, "Oh, the Africans don't like us." Like, nah, man, you haven't even been over there. Have you even made a video? Have you even communicated with them? Like, come on now. Like, there's problems everywhere, but I'm looking at the benefits, guys, that you get. And I just feel like there's certain things as black people we just need to experience. And I think we need to go there and get a good experience of that. If we don't like it, we can go back home. We can go anywhere else. So I think we should experience it. But that land, guys, you can buy as a foreigner, guys, for the long term. That's very, very something important to look at. Another thing too, this goes out for us men. Like, especially if you a man that keeps yourself, in shape for the most part, you care about your physical health, your testosterone goes through the roof. And there's a lot that there's a lot of stuff that also comes with that, So your drive down there is gonna go crazy. So you gotta really be on that retention as much as possible. But let's be honest, guys. In America, you don't get the luxury to have multiple wives. You can get married, but nobody wants to do that no more here in America because there's no incentive to get married. You're priced out. The woman will divorce so quickly now, which I understand why they divorce, because it's a lot of dudes that you just look around. Like, these dudes let themselves go. They're out of shape, but I blame that on the system, because men have to work so hard just to make it. It's either like if you see a dude in shape, just understand, not all the time, but a lot of us ain't got money like that. This is why a lot of women really want just two men. They want the man that's going to provide, and they want the man to knock it down. So, the side dudes. So, I know plenty of dudes out here who, they the side dudes in a marriage. And I ain't trying to do that. I just feel like that's just disrespectful. That's you gambling with your life at that point, walk into people's marriages. But I definitely understand why it happens, But y'all wouldn't know this until you actually get in shape. So, if you're a man that's in decent shape and you're making good money, and on top of that, you're legally allowed to buy land in South Africa, and you're legally allowed to to go have multiple wives, man, I'll cover so much ground in terms of like buying some land, getting a big enough house. Hell yeah, I'll do about 2, 3, 4 wives on that bitch. I mean, man, I'll wild out. Then on top of that, you gotta think. I mean, like, man, bloodlines, man. That you gonna have a savage bloodline, and did it legally. Man, what a way to just. I mean, that's an awesome life, as a man, So, which I'm not in. I mean, like, that's obviously not for everybody, but it's nice to know that you got that option. You're living in a country where, as a man, you get a lot of that respect, especially if you're at that type of level, like, man, and legally, because you don't get multiple wives legally in America. You get multiple baby mamas. You can do that. But in terms of multiple wives, like, man, yeah, I would say South Africa, yeah, that's where you want to be. Now, me personally, I'm cool with just one woman. But I will say, hey, if I don't know. I may have to experiment on that because I mean, I don't know. I might have to keep that on the table. But I'm cool with just one woman. If she do everything I need, I'm good. But I don't know. But yeah, just for us men, hey, I think that's awesome. Then on top of that, too, healthier foods. You got that. Like being healthier. That's the place to be. And I'm just looking around, just like, man, a lot of people are very, very fit. And plus, on top of that, guys, it's very diverse Cause cause let's be honest, like for all y'all dudes out there saying, hey, I like this type of shade, I like that type of shade. All right, ooh, I like my snow. They got all that out there too, guys. Like South Africa is very diverse. You got Indian, you got all different people, which is another thing I need to mention too. Which I mentioned this a long time ago, but you know, let's say it's your mix or look mix. Now, like myself, although both my parents, yeah, they're black, but at the same time, my mom's side, because she's very light. On her side, I believe she got Cuban, and she got some white on her side. My dad got white farther down his bloodline. But yeah, but when you put them together, yeah, like, they look like normal black people, but at the same time, my mom, she looks more mixed looking. And then I came out, and that's how I look, super light, So, but at the end of the day, I do blend in with the mixed people. So there's a whole class for, people that look like me, like right off the rip. So you're gonna fall into that category. But it's not what you think. When people hear the term colored, it's not what you think. It's just a class of people in South Africa. And, when you look at the culture and everything, like they got their own culture. So, they got the white side, they got the black side, whether they be Dutch and Zulu, whatever the case may be, or Indian, they got their own type of traditions mixed into one, and they get a lot of respect. Versus here in America, nah. Like it's like, oh, we gonna throw them over here in this group. That's how America operate. Like you this, that's that. But yeah, over there, they pay attention to those stuff. Same thing with blacks. They got it all. So yeah, diversity is definitely big over there. So like it's just different. It's just on the flip side, because America, we not the majority. Over there, we is the majority. So I think that's very important to see how things operate. And I feel like we'll like it more. But that's something I do think we got to experience and go see because, hey, man, it sounds pretty dang on good. But y'all let me know what y'all think because, shit, nigga, multiple wives? Oh, man, I'm already sold. But it is your boy, Black Ronin. Like and subscribe, share. Y'all take it easy.